FedEx full, we command in the block. Burgundy and gold, got the city on lock. Hustling plays, they don't need to pretend. DC reppin' strong and we fight to the end. Command is moving, no breaks, no pause. Hands in the dirt, respecting the call. K-Dot and the myth, dissect the grind. District divider with a city in mind. Trying to dance why, don't miss a bit. And you gotta spread the words, so shit is shit. K-Dot.
Welcome, everyone, to District Divided, a DC sports podcast. More specifically, a Washington Commanders podcast. I am Amit. That is K-Dot. This is the recap of the absolute beatdown in the desert. Your Washington Commanders went to Arizona, win 42-14. Now move up to 3-1 in sole possession of first place in the NFC East through 4 games. Absolutely amazing so far. And so we're going to jump into the post-game thoughts and the comment mailbag as we always do. But before we do, if you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and K-Dot.
Light him if you got him. And shit.
This shit. We greatly appreciate it, guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the post-game thoughts, K-Dot. So we both predicted, and you to a lesser extent, a Cardinals victory. You had them winning by 3. I had them winning by 14. And I always said we could not stop them at all. I said 38-24. And with human emotion, after the big win against Cincinnati, we would have a letdown. Slightly different from that. Again, 42-14. A fantastic team performance, as well-rounded a team performance as we've had so far. And, I want to start by just saying props to the defense, who I know I doubted, and I know a lot of the fan base has doubted, and we'll see how it goes from here. But today, man, oh man, holding Kyler Murray to a total of 145 yards. That's passing and rushing.
I got the stats.
Oh, my goodness. There you go. Yeah, 16-22 for Kyler Murray, 142 yards and a touchdown. But he was sacked 4 times. He had 1 carry for 3 yards. Marvin Harrison Jr., yes, he caught his touchdown, and they went up 7-0 immediately. And you're like, all right, here we go again. This is what the game's going to be. But to have him held to only 45 yards on 5 catches, I just wanted to shout out the defense, K-Dot, because I thought they were fantastic today. So over to you.
Wow, you set me up in a way in which I have to stay positive. So I got some thoughts on the defense. All right, here we go. All right, fuck it. Woo! All right, look, it's this was the shit. Like I'm sitting there watching the game. My legs, I just started realizing my left leg was just shaking. Like, I was just like, just the energy. I was just, yeah, dude. Like the defense stepped up in a way. You remember after the All-22, I said I saw some things that looked like they were regressing, but like Jayden Daniels, light switch. Like what?
Seriously.
And really, it seemed as though they turned the fucking lights on, right? And they got some stuff done. The first time that like as you said, the first drive it was like, okay. It's shaping up the way it is. And then when we scored on our first drive, it was like, all right, time for a shootout. Let me pull up FanDuel. Let's see what it is we're going to do. But then they got the stop, and it was like, oh, what? We can do that? We do that? And that was like, as soon as that happened, it was like, holy shit, we could really, really win this game. Like, really win this game. Because it's the only thing that's been missing, right? Like the offense has been making so many strides, and then you have a defense that finally stepped up in any way, shape, or form. It's like we were really looking for the bare minimum. Like the threshold for anything from the defense was so low because of everything that's happened up until that point. But like everybody, there was a lot of dudes on the defense that like, yeah, man, they worked their ass off. Like the pressure was always there. Looking at my notes, solid pressure to start even the second defensive series. Luvu making up for missing the tackle on Connor very next time, gets the nice little trip on him in the hole. Dude, it's fucking dope. Now, the only thing is, like, if you look at the stat line and everything, you see James Conner still 8, right?
Yeah.
And that to me is like, that's going to be something that probably just even a rewatch of the game without all the emotions I had watching it probably will tell me a little bit more. I know the all-22 will. But it felt as though we started the game with that bend but don't break defense.
Right.
Then went into, okay, they're going to run the ball, so we're going to stop. We're going to make sure we stop the fucking run. And then I'm not sure if it was the run defense to stop them or Arizona. It felt like Arizona just kind of went away from it at certain points in the game, which we kind of that was the vibe that I felt, because at a certain point in the second half they went back to it, and it was like, oh, it's working again.
Well, I think what ended up happening, just to piggyback on that, is they would be successful running the ball. Honestly, if I were them, I would have just kept doing it. But then they would drop Kyler back, and we would put pressure on him, and it would either be a sack or there would be a hold. There was one on Dante Fowler that ends up pushing them back, for example. So then all of a sudden they're making mistakes. We're generating pressure. And then you can't really go back to the run at that point, because now you're in 3rd and long or 2nd and long even, or something like that. And so that really helped us out. So when we talk about, and we'll talk about Kliff Kingsbury, but when you talk about calling a good game, I don't think Arizona did a good job of that, because they had something that was working and they didn't make us stop it. They just ended up choosing to go away from it. That's my opinion from what I saw.
No, that's what it felt like. I do think on a rewatch of the game, I'll know that for sure, especially all 22. I definitely will know that for sure. But yeah, it felt as though, I remember even when we did the preview episode, I was telling you that, like, there is, when it comes to the Arizona offense, everything is built off the run. They have to run the ball in order to have anything working as far as in the passing game. It's just the way that they operate. And it felt as though they were trying to get the pass to work. Maybe because of the success they had in the first drive, they thought they could just, like, all right, we'll be able to go back to it. But, like, you had certain, like, there were definitely plays in the pass defense that I was looking at where it was like Noah had some good moments. You remember me talking about how, like, these guys were playing off the line and it didn't feel as though they had the physical gifts to make up for the ground that they needed to do. And they proved me wrong in this goddamn in this game. Absolutely. Emmanuel Forbes had a few good
Use the boundary to help him out, to force it out. Yep, that was great.
It's great shit. The tackling, like, sometimes in a run game was that, but the tackling overall better. The pressure, finishing better. So it's like, if we're talking about, like, the defense in that sense of, like, the light switch thing, especially with the defensive line, is it like we knew what was happening with the defense and what they're trying to do as far as the aggressiveness, but they couldn't even really run what the install of the defense was because they weren't getting enough pressure over the front four.
Right.
If this is any indication of what's to come, like, they're going to get better now.
I mean, it's wow. Yeah.
Because, like, we don't remember or know when you had an offense that you didn't worry about. Right? Like this
feels nice, huh?
Man, I'm still not used to it. I'm totally not used to it.
You shouldn't just be used to it. All of a sudden, be worried.
Well, you know what I did? A little sidebar. What I did last night. Well,
K-Dot after hours.
You want to know what K-Dot did in his after hours? I'll let you know. I pulled up NFL films and watched America's game.
Of course.
I watched the 82 Redskins, 87 Redskins, and the 91 Redskins America's game. And I was in a mood all day today. I was like, I can't wait for this fucking game. I can't wait for this fucking game. And it lived up there. Like, I don't even want to fucking talk about my notes. I just want to talk about how I'm feeling.
That's what we'll talk about.
Oh, yeah. Let's play the video. Let's play
the video.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
Thanks. What's up, Phelps? A couple things we said last night, man. We said it's great when you count on others and they count on you. And that way, victory is produced by everybody. All right? And that's what tonight was, man. Fast, physical. We said anybody, anywhere, any motherfucking time. All right? So we did what we came to do. All right? So there'll be a number of game balls that will be issuing out, I'm sure, tomorrow. But there's one motherfucker that ain't leaving this city without one. Kliff! On to the motherfucking next. Yeah! Let's go, get in. Oh!
Like, so you watch that. That's our team. That's idea of like me watching that America's Game shit, right? And then you got Kliff Kingsbury, air raid, they're gonna pass, they're gonna do whatever. And you know what we did? We ran it down their fucking throats. We ran it down their fucking throats. Look at that. 218 yards. Got some Commander football. All right. That's the shit. Inject that shit into my veins.
Can you pull that out one more time? I'll read it out in case anyone's listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or whatever. Jeremy McNichols, 8 carries, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brian Robinson Jr., 21 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Jayden Daniels, 8 carries, 47 yards, touchdown. That's going to total up to your 37 carries for 218 yards, 5.8 yards a pop, 4 touchdowns. And K-Dot, got to give you your props, because when we were breaking down the Commanders' offense against the Cardinals' defense, now the short passing game worked too, but you said, first and foremost, let's go ahead and run this ball. And I had my doubts that we would be able to against what seemed like a pretty stout, at least numbers-wise, Cardinals defense. Looked like no problem. Absolutely no problem in this game. So kudos to you. They looked great. Kliff easily could have been like, man, I'm going to take my shiny new toy and Jayden Daniels, and I'm going to show him off here in a revenge spot. But no, he was composed. He was able to go, you know what? This is how we're going to do things. It's going to open up things for Jayden. And he ended up having a nice day, 26 of 30, 233 yards. He threw a pick, and honestly, probably good for him. And the way he bounced back from it was great. And he ended up throwing a touchdown to Terry McLaurin as well. What'd you say?
It was a good interception.
Yeah, honestly.
The thing is that it's one thing if you're like watching a lot of the other quarterbacks across the league, Bonex, and they're making decisions that don't make any sense.
Correct.
Or they're like, what did you see pre-snap? Or what did you see when? And it's like, oh no, that was the right thing. You just held the ball.
Yeah.
You held the ball. Don't do that again.
Schlepp he said so on the broadcast. He's like, actually, he went through everything correctly. It just sailed.
Just sailed it.
Yeah.
And it's like that's something you can even see on the sideline. Kliff goes over to him and it's like, oh, I got it. I'm good. I got it.
Yeah.
I won't do that again. I got it.
Man. And so let's talk about the run game. Let's talk about Jayden Daniels. Let's talk about the offense.
Yeah, let's get some structure.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, guys, we're 3-1, and we even said in the last one, hey, if we win a shootout, it's like, okay, well, we sort of know it's going to be a tough season, and this is a window into, oh wow, what can we be? Which is pretty cool. And so now we're getting into the structure. K-Dot on offense, we put up 38 points 6 days ago. We've now put up 42. Both road games, both against good offenses. Wow. It's been very, very cool. This is the first time we've had back-to-back 30-point performances since 2015. It was weeks 15 and 16. As of now, we're the highest scoring team of the week. Last week, we were just short of Buffalo of doing that. But through 2 weeks, I mean, that's 80 points in the last couple of weeks. It's incredible. Go ahead. Over to you.
Yeah, man. The offense is just clicking. Like you sorry. Kudos to Dan Quinn giving Kliff Kingsbury the football. It was masterclass. I've loved all season long what Kliff has been doing. I've loved the way that it seemed as though, especially like week 1, he's trying to figure out, all right, what are we good at? What are we doing? Her feeling for this, and it's something he was setting up going forward. So I give Kliff a ton of credit as far as just calling a perfect game. When I say that, like, smash mouth football, run the ball, this did not look like John Riggins cranking up that diesel. But what it is there's a finesse to what it is they're doing as far as in the run game. It just so happens that even with that line of finesse, we do have some bruising guys that'll make you hurt in the process of being finesse-like, right?
Right.
So that's fucking awesome. I love that now it seems as though this team kind of feels like it has an identity at this particular point. Like, this is what we're going to do. Jayden Daniels, I mean, you can't get beyond just what the fuck this dude has become. I like looking at him play. Look, I still stand firm how much I liked all the quarterbacks in his draft, but like thinking about anybody, myself included, thinking about anybody other than Jayden Daniels at this particular point in time feels like the dumbest thing you could have ever done. Like, it's just, so kudos to you, because it's like, look, I was early on Jayden, and then I lost faith, and I became a member of the Call to JJ. But now I feel like a dumbass, man. I feel like the gods are not real because I'm seeing one. I'm seeing the gods that I believed in are bullshit.
to put it in perspective, K-Dot, and to be fair, I mean, he has probably exceeded expectations here because through 4 games with a minimum of 75 attempts, I don't know if you saw this stat, he has the highest completion percentage in NFL history. This isn't for rookies. This is across any 4-game stretch to start a season for any quarterback in NFL history. Jayden Daniels has the highest completion percentage, and it's not all dink and dunk. I know we do like to keep it short primarily. That throw to Luke McCaffrey, which is semi-off platform where he's taking a step back, he's almost just squared up, and he chucks it. I mean,
he can throw.
Yeah, and that's velocity on it too. It wasn't a duck or anything like that. He delivered that thing, and Luke makes a great play on it. And you hear the Commanders fans over there go, "Luke!" Like it's been really, really awesome so far. An excellent start to his rookie campaign, to our team's season. We got the Browns coming up, and they've been struggling. Of course, we'll have the preview episode for that, but can't help but feel good right now if you're a Commanders fan, right? Like, this is amazing.
Fuck good. Great. You should feel great.
Feels great. You're right.
Once again, season of no expectations. But they're ahead of schedule. Like, that's cool. They're ahead of schedule. Like, this is now... I don't know what the end of the season is going to look like as far as the record goes. We don't know what injuries or anything else is going to look like when it comes to this team because we're fairly healthy. I mean, that even brings up another point. I thought them not having Austin Eckler was going to hurt them. Shout out to fucking McNichols, bro. Dude, yeah. He looked like Eckler fucking Jr. out that bitch. Like, he was just same explosiveness, same nice change of pace compared to what Brian Robinson was providing. Wonderful tandem. The idea that Eckler comes back and now we got a trio of dudes you can count on in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Offensive line play, all of it, just fucking
fantastic.
Just so good. Yeah, man, it's just in every level you saw this team kind of working and building towards something. It's the fun that they're having on the sideline, the energy that you're feeling as far as the team. That's why I loved playing that video as far as what they did in that locker room. When we called out the fact that what they did by leaving Cincinnati and going right to Arizona, I think that did wonders.
Completely
I really
agree.
I think that them being able to be, and I think somebody asked Dan Quinn about it. I saw a tweet about this, but somebody was asking, and he was like, yeah, to just kind of get away from the DC even noise. Like, we don't want to hear everybody praising us right now, right? Like, that is rally the horses. These are the guys that you need to count on are here in this locker room. We're going to make this shit happen. It's fucking dope.
And if I could contribute to that point, that sounds so similar to, like, a 13 or 14 seed in the NCAA tournament. They win a couple games. They're in the Sweet 16. They go back to campus for a few days and they hear all that. And that's why that Sweet 16 game is so hard, is because they hear all that, and they're going to hear all that.
Feeling
back
a little too much, right? Like, it's let out fuck all the noise. It's we're going to accomplish it with the guys that we have here in this building and have all of everybody out there. And you can feel it, man. It's damn near want to cry in the sense of, all I've wanted for so long is an organization that was on the same page, an organization that gave a damn, really, and everybody working in the same direction towards a common goal. I don't remember that ever here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall it. Like, the amount of times I've had false hope on shit. The amount of time I've had just, from the very beginning, there's even no false hope. This is doomed to fail. Mm-hmm. The amount of times you have to lie to yourself about, like, oh, well, maybe this. And it's like, fuck all that. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Like, when I talk about the Ravens and the Patriots and the 49ers and the Steelers, this is what it looks like. I didn't think I'd see it. Like,
it's been absolutely awesome. And again, we're 4 games in so far, but again, Commanders fans, like, it's hard not to feel so optimistic about this team right now. It's early days, but it looks like we've got our guy at quarterback. It looks like the organization is on the same page. I saw a defense today that did play fast. right? Like they've been talking about that, and we've been saying, hey, when is that happening? We saw it. And yeah, they need to improve the run defense, of course. But against this Arizona Cardinals team that was supposed to be high powered, they held them to 14 at their house. Like this is an absolutely amazing performance. I also want to shout out Olamide Zaccheaus, who was also part of the plan to help supplement Eckler. 6 catches for 85 yards. He had those little out routes that Jayden would hit pretty quickly. That was a huge support. He was returning some punts as well. That's a huge support. Shout out Austin Seibert, who continues to be awesome. They even had to move the extra point 15 yards, which I thought was sort of a bogus call. But anyway, they moved it back, still drills the extra point from 48. Things are clicking right now. And shout out Zach Ertz also, because I know this game meant something to him too, especially for Kliff. He was also in Arizona. The 2-point conversion, smart move, by the way. The 2-point conversion to convert that to Zach Ertz, I felt very happy for him. And I felt, once again, extremely happy for Kliff Kingsbury, who's been absolutely magnificent so far.
Shout out to Noah Brown in blocking.
Yep.
You could see it on TV without
and
the
send it again.
And the shout outs to like not letting the dumb things get to us. Those penalties on that drive in the fourth quarter, and it didn't fucking matter. Like that shit's like we kept going. It's the reason why it's like, once again, I don't know where the season's gonna end up. I still is my prediction necessarily changing off of like 7 wins? No, I'm cool with it. Because every time that we win something, I'm just like, oh, this is great. This is great. But it's like, I don't even give a fuck about that. Because I'm still looking at like where this team is right now, even in week 4, knowing that they're still learning shit, knowing that there's still ways to go, knowing that even from a salary cap standpoint, a draft capital standpoint, a talent standpoint, they're not where they're going to be by the end of this thing. Like we are so early on into a rebuilding process that starting out so swimmingly great. Like it's, to me, it's like I now feel as though going forward for the rest of my life, as long or as short as I'm here on this planet, we have a team worth rooting for.
Yeah.
And that's the shit.
That's really well said. That is really, really well said. One final note, just on the subject of Jayden. Jay Glazer did talk on Fox pregame at around noonish or something like that. Did say Jayden was number 1 on our board, even ahead of Caleb. Mm-hmm. So that also, I think, was said before, but he
they brought it up on the broadcast too.
Yeah. So that is also, to me, a good sign in terms of our organization getting QB1 correct. If they could pick any of them, it looks like they've nailed it. It looks like they've absolutely nailed it so far. So anyway, those were final thoughts. Anything else before the comment mailbag here, K-Dot?
Fucking naysayer, man. Like, this is good. Like, going on Twitter and seeing my man Jeffrey Wright on there talking shit, seeing Matthew McConaughey on there talking shit, seeing Dale Jr. on there talking shit. This feels good. See, Skip Bayless being afraid is good. Right? Like that. Dude, soak this in, man. Like I said, light them if you got them. This shit, these are these moments that we haven't had too often around these parts, all right? And you watch things like America's Game, you're like, you get jealous of the people that are older than you. Motherfucker, it's my turn. I got to go upstairs and talk to my father. I was like, hey, did you watch that game? He's like, that boy Jayden looked like something serious. He reminded me of little Doug Williams. I'm like, yeah. He back in the fold. Like, feel good. Feel good. This is enough to feel good about.
There are a lot of Commanders jerseys, Redskins jerseys out right now. Like that, it is a sleeping giant of a fan base over here where it just takes one to really get the thing going. That was Monday night. And now, K-Dot, you're going to see them all over the place. Like even the Safeway starting to sell shit. It's just a typical hustle, but like they're all over it. They're like, yo, this is a team right now. It's just great.
Yeah. Everybody forgive me for the night. I ain't on no schmedium. I'll be back. The all 22 will break me. I'll be back. But yeah, I'm feeling it. Feels like A-Train over these parts, if you know what I'm saying. All right. Woo!
And let's go over to the comment mailbag. But of course, we got to be introed by our, favorite, Nikki.
Man, fuck Nikki. I want to see I want to see more Jayden.
Comment mailbag time, motherfuckers. The district divided, ain't got time for no suckers. Spread the word, get in line. OGs and new G's, it's your time. And spread the gospel, cause this shit is divine. Yeah.
All right.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it feels like when I play that, I'm cutting you off. If I'm playing something to make fun of you, I'm absolutely cutting you off.
Oh, I know that.
But in these, there's a delay if I haven't clicked on anything in a while. I'm just letting you know. Because it sounded like you were about to say something.
No, I was just going to say he's incredible. That's it.
Okay,
Jayden's incredible. Cool. You know me. Listen, I think I've done a good job today of not even glazing the guy. Just like, yep, cool. He had a nice performance today. Like, doing my best over here.
I know you don't have pants on. I get it.
Start with Big Pop Grizzly. Shout out.
Big Pop.
In all caps. Preach, Reverend K. Share this shit. Share it. And that is Big Papa Grizzly getting us started over here. And Coach Lombard absolutely went through it. Here we go. So here's the long one. We're going to start with the long one here.
All right.
And it begins. I like your spaces. Cool peeps. But you all are crowning Jayden Daniels way too early. It's been 3 games. His first game, he was a running back. His second game was mid. His third game was special, but he still missed some throws. I like his progression, but you are 2 grown-ass men. You know that progression is rarely linear. He's right. It's exponential. Your defense still stinks. Philly will get its shit together out of the week 4 bye. New York is toast. Dallas is mid. Will be interesting to see how you do. Washington 27. Arizona 20. Predicted a victory.
The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler Biadasz. I gave him a B grade initially, and he still has his weaknesses. But if you use him in a gap or pinpull scheme, he has A-tier potential. Congrats on your victory lap. Best of luck this season. # share this shit. Get out your reaction to that.
What? Right.
Isn't that crazy? They're just like, it feels like they're two very different parts to it.
Coach is spiraling. That's all Philly did today. Coach is spiraling. How about them Bucks? Look, as I've said, even when watching the All-22, Biadasz is pulling. They are pulling in a gap scheme to help. So yeah, maybe if you watch this more, you'd upgrade them already.
Offensive line's been great, especially in the last 2 games. Like, they have been great.
But Coach said that they only watch college tape, right? So how long has Tyler Biadasz been in the league? Are you still going off of college tape?
Good while, man. Good while. I mean, he was good at Wisconsin. But anyway, here is Coach Lombard again. Appreciate your honest scouting reports. That is another one. Is Washington more of a gap team than a zone team? Biadasz is a nice puller, and B-Rob needs a seeing eye dog in traffic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, okay, so hang on. Are Payne and Allen even top 20 defensive tackles in the league? Is another one. They were today. And shout out, I believe Jonathan Allen got his sack. Deron Payne looked like he was consistently living right next to Kyler Murray. He was doing a great job of penetration in the interior. He was great. And then Pulp Fiction is the greatest movie ever. Thanks for all the pop culture references. Okay. So as Coach, you want to react to any of those, K-Dot?
Pulp Fiction's dope. We do both gap and zone. I will be honest, there are some times where some of the outside plays, I'm not entirely sure if it's gap or zone. I know that there's a way that you can look at the tackle and the guard and the way that they're positioned to kind of differentiate. Sometimes it's a little hard to see. They are absolutely doing a lot of gap scheme stuff. So, like, if I were to pick one or the other, I'm going to say they're definitely more gap, and it's because they like to pull the center of the guard a lot for some of these runs.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I agree that B-Rob needs a seeing eye dog in traffic.
I'm not even acknowledging that.
Okay, cool. Appreciate all the comments there, Coach. We go back to Big Papa Grizzly. After listening to that wonderful analysis of Monday night's performance, I really only have one question going forward. Is this offense set up to get into shootouts every week? I don't think any offense outside of a healthy Miami is set up that way. Until we see the D-line put it together, Jayden will continue to have to play like Superman for us to win. Now, I think Jayden is capable of doing just that, but it's not something you want to ask of your rookie quarterback or your offense in general. Once the pressure starts getting home, the secondary looks better. Once the middle stiffens up against the run, the linebackers look better. It will mask an awful lot of our other issues well enough for us to be an all-over more efficient team. That is Big Papa Grizzly's comment, which I think is very well stated. And I think we saw that today, where the defensive line that we talked about last game, hey, if they step up and play better, your secondary can look better. And you saw pass breakups from Noah Igbenogany. You saw Emmanuel Forbes use the boundary to his advantage so that it forces an incompletion. You saw better play as a whole from the secondary because of the pressure generated by the defensive line. So shout out that defense one more time. Kid, out your reaction.
Yeah, all of course. As far as the defense getting into, the defense has to play more consistently and better every week. No team is really built to be in a shootout every week, and even if you are, it's short lived. You're not going to do that in the playoffs. I can promise you that much.
Yeah, you think A-Train's high on something? That is like a misleading. If you just win shootouts or in shootouts constantly, you think you're a good team because you can put up points. It's not.
You get punched in the mouth once and you're done. You're done.
Exactly. Yeah.
So no, but I will say that watching Jayden play today reminded me of, like, you ever play somebody in like Madden that's just annoying as shit? Like when like Madden 04 with like Mike Vick, where it's like on third down, they just run and there's nothing you can do about it.
The thing is, I did spend a little bit of time pretending like, what if I were a Cardinals fan right now? And it was soul crushing. When Jayden Daniels is on offense, it's like, we can't stop him. We can't stop him. I was like in the mind of a Cardinals fan, and I was like, this is a nightmare.
We got him in third and like medium or long. This is set up perfectly, and then effortlessly there's a first down, and you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's the frequent. It's one thing if you're like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes throwing touchdowns on fucking first or second down, but the methodical, that drive, that 93-yard drive took their soul. That's the type of shit. It was a 7.5-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
That is frustrating beyond all recognition of frustrating. I can only imagine as a Cardinal if you had to sit. I mean, what the fuck is that? I've had to watch Washington do that. Like it's the worst.
It's the worst.
The worst. It's every once in a while you get your hopes up, like, oh, they're in position, and then it happens, and then they get the first down, and it happens again, and it happens again. Oh, we got them on fourth down. Oh shit, we can't stop this.
And
oh god, I love it.
It's amazing. You know what else we see with Jayden is, he said it himself. He idolized Joe Montana growing up, and he's got that cool calm about him that Joe was known for with his game. And it's, again, early days, but like, it's nice to be able to have that cool customer, as Dan Quinn has described him, running the offense, because I feel a level of confidence I have never felt. This is sort of includes the RG3 days. I have never felt, because I think Kliff is calling it so well and Jayden's so calm and going through the reads. And now he's holding the ball longer, but he's allowed to hold the ball longer. It's not a bad thing because he's got the time to do it. And when he doesn't, he escapes. He's still looking downfield. This man's developing at an alarming rate. It is very cool to see.
Yeah, I'm very curious to watch the All-22 and see exactly what Arizona was doing. But yeah,
on much. Tell you that.
But there were times where he was sitting in that pocket. I'm like, is there even a pass rush? I'm trying to like count the defenders, and I'm like, the ball get thrown. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, Jayden the entire game. I did not. Here's the big. Not once today did I see him run unnecessarily.
Yep, that is a really, really good point. And his carries continue to go down. Now it's at 8. Right. So he is
soul crushing 8.
Yeah, a very soul crushing 8. His QBR was 89.5 today. Passer rating 96.3 because of the interception primarily. But QBR now, like the last couple days or last couple games rather, you got the 89.5, and the last one was, 93 point something. The PFF grade. Looking forward to seeing what that is. We go over to Real Progress in Action. Love you guys. Missed the old theme song, so shout out Real Progress in Action. And appreciate that. I love you too. And we go to Tony. Shout out, Tony. The intro is even better, and I love it. The Ghost Rider is lethal with the pen. All right. So there's one from Tony over there. And then another one. I'm loving this, and I don't know how to act. Now that we finally have a prolific player that I know will be here for 10 plus years, I crashed out this week and bought a Jayden Daniels authentic for me, a non-authentic Jayden Daniels for my 15-year-old son, another hat, and a mini salute to service helmet. Tony's all in. Tony has seen enough. Tony's going, you know what? We're set for the future. We're set for the now. We're just going to have a great time. That's where Tony's at, K-Dot. Your reaction.
I will never own a Jayden Daniels jersey.
It feels good.
No, I'm sure it does. The closet of woe that I have that is my jersey collection. It's not going to. Nope.
I guess I was so hyped for him. And when we actually got him, I was like, I can't not get this.
Yeah, I'm not going to change it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. And if you did get it and something happened, you would be at fault. We go over to Vindo. Shout out Vindo. Oh, gee. 0-4 Steelers and 21 Bills are a good company to be in as far as not punting across 2 games. When your offensive side is so good, all you really need is one stop on defense. Like you said, if we can play keep away, we got this. 34-28, Commies. Player of the game, Brian Robinson, who again was great today. 21 carries, 101 yards, and that touchdown. Also 3 catches for 12 yards, 34-28. So that's just another example of, hey, we can score, but I don't know that we can stop them from Vindo with the 28 allowed. And again, just 14 allowed today, which was excellent. We go over to Jim Sleazy. Shout out Jim Sleazy. Dot needs to lay off the Colombian Bam Bam. I don't know what that was in reference to, but K-Dot, over to you.
Sleazy, you come get these hands, bro. Just letting you know.
Go to Blood Clot. Shout out.
I'll let you know what I'll give you a bam bam, motherfucker.
We go to Blood Clot. Shout out. That game was insane. I haven't paid that much attention to our game since that infamous RG3 game. Usually I watch the game and browse on my phone. This week I was glued to my screen. The excitement behind knowing we finally got one. Obviously, he's going to make mistakes. He threw a pick today, for example. He's a rookie, but he's so much fun to watch, and he's growing so fast. We have the potential to give it to any team in the league, and I'm there for it. That's the final comment from the comment mailbag. So let me ask you this, K-Dot. That last point from Blood Clot, we have the potential to give it to any team in the league, and I'm there for it. Do you agree? Do we have the potential to give it to any team in the league?
Potential? Yes. I don't know if it's realized yet. We'll see in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, in 2 weeks. I want to say this is Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm. The one that they're considering flexing to Sunday night.
I was going to say, currently it's Bengals at Giants that week, and they do have the flexibility. I think we find out Tuesday.
Yeah.
They can't do that to us.
At least, like, no, currently as we're recording this, the Sunday night game is on. I know that something else just happened in the game, but it's looking like, yeah, the league knows that what everybody wants to see is this.
Should be a fun one, because imagine having those two as the Sunday night game.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah. My buddy's going to be staying with me over here. We've already decided if the game is flex, we're getting tickets, because otherwise I have a soccer game, which would conflict with seeing the whole thing live. But if it gets flexed, play the game, quickly shower, go straight to Baltimore. And I mean,
who was it? Fuck. God damn it. I thought I had, I forget what it was, but it was, Dominic Foxworth had a story. I think he was on Bomani Jones's show or whatever. I think I'm right. That he used to say that when the Ravens and the Commanders used to play in preseason, the game mattered to them.
Oh yeah.
Do you know why it mattered?
I don't know why it mattered other than just local bragging rights. It was important, but
sort of. But the main thing was they said that the winner of that game got all the bitches at the club. So like, so they, like, he's like, you want to know why Baltimore kept going undefeated in the preseason? Like they really cared about that. So it's like. I'm learning so much more. I love all these players having podcasts. So I'm learning so much.
It's incredible. It's incredible. That's a perfect way to end this one. This was the show. This was District Divided, a DC sports podcast. More specifically, a Washington Commanders podcast. This is a Shades Monday. I am Amit. That is K-Dot. Thank you guys for listening. And if you enjoyed the episode, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do. Now you're 3-1 Washington Commanders and K-Dot. Appreciate you guys. We will see you for the preview episode, and we may end up splitting the all 22 into its own episode as well, so stay tuned for that. So we may just do its own thing. So until then, Take it easy.
Bye, everybody.
In DC, we're just hoping that you listen.